I'm Shay Russell from mining.com.au, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you today my friend Kerry Stevenson, who also just happens to be the founder of the Australian Gold Conference, the only one of its kind in Australia. Kerry, how are you this morning?
Fantastic, Shay. Always good to chat to you. We've had a long history going back many years, and it's pretty exciting that you're with mining.com.au, and I just love your knowledge and your passion for this sector.
You are too kind. First of all, I'm thrilled to always talk about anything gold with anybody. And I've brought you on today because I think a really important discussion we need to have is why gold and why now? Because, Kerry, let's be honest, it's not a new product. It's been around for thousands of years. But why do you think people should consider maybe investing in gold?
Well, first up, I don't look at it as investing, Shay. I look at it as something that's going to protect your wealth to the downside, because let's face it, gold is money, everything else is credit. And I think there's a big disconnect at the moment with people, the general public, if you like. And in fact, so little people fully understand gold. And when you really take a look at it, as I said before, gold is money, everything else is credit. And right now, governments around the world are spending currency, as I like to call it, it's not money, like drunken sailors. Now, what does that do? That puts more paper into the system, which means that hard assets start to go up. Gold does what gold always does as money. It protects your purchasing power. Now, there's a lot of people just don't understand it because they're very used to having their digits on a screen. You know, that one of the things that we always have is one of these in our hand in the old tap, tap, taparoo. You know, people are so used to just tapping away and they don't understand where gold might fit in terms of their wealth protection, if you like. And so, as the only event in Australia which focuses on precious metals, gold and silver, which are both deemed as money, but silver has more, I guess, more uses than pure gold. But I like pure gold, always have done. My passion is to educate everyday Australians about how to protect that purchasing power, and I hope that makes sense. But so many people I speak to say, "Oh, gold, I'm not interested." It's like, really? Well, I told people a year ago, make sure you have some exposure to gold or silver. Now, since that time, gold is up about 25%. Now, I'm not sure I've ever seen interest rate income for you at 25%, and silver is close to 44%. So when you look at that and say, well, a year ago, if I turned my currency and made it into gold or silver, quite frankly, I'd be a lot better off. And that's the message I want to give to people. And with that message, I want to say to people, you know, even if you don't know and don't understand, we have a free, yes, I did say free. Now it's going to be absolutely packed. So I cannot guarantee everybody a seat, but I can guarantee that everybody will get access to the information, which is the single most important thing, on Monday, the 26th of August at 5 p.m. That's how passionate I am. EMI Capital, Barton Gold, and Bullion Now are sponsoring this to help us to get the information out to everyday Australians. This is not an event for the industry. This is an event for all Australians to start to understand, wake up and understand that gold comes in many forms, many different ways to access it, be it physical bullion, ETFs, equities, which, by the way, and you know this better than I do, Shay, massive disconnect. So there's a leverage play with equities, precious metals equities, massively, especially at the moment. And as you and I know, Rick Rule, whose conference we both were at earlier this year, he always says, look for the contrarian play. Now, right now, I believe there is no better time to start to look at well-run precious metals companies that are not, they're on the nose at the moment. So why not go and have a look at the ones with good management, good projects that have got a strong chance of, I guess, giving people leverage to that gold price, because there is a disconnect at the moment.
You're correct, Kerry. We've seen gold this year in both US dollars and Australian dollars knock at all-time highs repeatedly, not just once. And yet many of the precious metals gold explorers and developers continue to kick along at all-time lows. Tell me, let's go over some of the excellent speakers that you've gathered to this event. Who is going to be speaking at this conference as an extra carrot to convince people to come along?
I love this year's agenda actually, Shay, because it is. Last year I would have called it the Australian Gold Mining Conference. This year I'm going to call it the Australian Precious Metals Wealth Conference, if you like. And why do I say that? Because we have a real mixture. Yes, there are a lot of producers, developers, and explorers in that mining space there. But I've also got people that are going to be talking about the gold price cycle. I've got Jordan Alicio from ABC Bullion. He'll be talking about what's happening with the US Fed and the election that's coming up. How is that going to potentially impact prices? We've got Sean Russo and Hedley Widdop head to head on the same platform talking about women and children first, lessons from the Titanic. Now, I'm not quite as sure where that's going to go, but I think it's going to be very, very interesting. And our gold sponsor this year is Kingsgate Consolidated. And Jamie Gibson, I don't know if you've ever heard Jamie Gibson speak. He's the MD CEO. He is a magnificent speaker, and he's going to be talking about the gold price cycle. I just want to do a shout out and thanks to Kingsgate, because without our sponsors, without our supporters, we can't bring you this sort of value, because the value of the Monday night, which is all about education, where we're going to have a panel discussion, all the different ways, people talking about ETFs. I've got a lot of people on that platform, but we're also allowing people to ask questions from the floor. And what I always say to people, as you know, Shay, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Because what you think might be a dumb question, half the room will say, thank God you asked that question, because that's what I need to answer. This is an event where people need to take the time to get educated. And I often say this as well. Stop watching Netflix and crime stories and start educating yourself, because the government is not going to help you when it comes to you looking after your retirement later down the track. Now, if you're in your 30s, you're going, retirement, that's decades away. The sooner you start, the sooner you get educated, the better off you'll be.
All right, Kerry, let's get into some of the nuts and bolts of this event. I am super excited to get there, but when is it? Where is it? And also, I believe that there is an exclusive discount code for readers and viewers of mining.com.au.
Well, I love mining.com.au. I think you guys do a terrific job. Thank you so much for all the content you put out, all the information that you do. And I'm thrilled that mining.com.au is a media partner of ours at this year's conference. So first up, thank you for the support. Secondly, as a result of that support, we thought we'd do a code for viewers of your platform and readers, and that is all in capital letters, Mining Gold, MINING, Mining Gold, all capital letters. If you put that code in, you will take the price of attending the full event. So the free event is Monday. Then we've got all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, access to all presentations, morning, afternoon tea, lunches, for not $199, $149. Now, you can't get lunch in Sydney these days for much less than that price, and this is for the full 2 days. It does, I have to say, Shay, it does exclude the annual Gold Awards dinner, which this year will be hosted by Vince Sorrenti, who's amazing, love him. So if you want to be roasted, toasted, and have a bit of a laugh, we've got the dinner on Tuesday, the 27th of August at Crown. Now, you asked for dates. We start at 5 p.m. on Monday, the 26th of August. That is the free event. I suggest if you're coming to that, we are already well oversubscribed, but you will all be able to access the information. You just might not fit in the room. That's okay. We'll make sure you get all the information. We'll also record it, but the exhibition will be open that evening as well. So from 5 to 7, it will be information delivery. And from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., we've got DJ Mike Dotch in the house spinning the tunes while you go and talk to all the exhibitors, because we want people to, when you have an open mind and when you're enjoying yourself, your mind's more open to accepting information. So from 5 to 7 is the information session. 7 till 10 is Mike Dotch in the house. And that's your chance to come and talk to people like Shay, lots of other people that will be there. And if you don't know, and if you're a first timer, I'm going to make sure that this is a safe place for you to ask as many questions as you like. And as I said before, a friend of mine, Kurt, once said, when you go up to the exhibition stands and you don't know what questions to ask, just say, talk to me like a 5-year-old. So that's the Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, we start at 8 a.m. We finish at about 6 p.m. both days. And you can go to goldevents.com.au, have a look at the agenda there, and I'll give you all the links, Shay, but it's pretty easy to find all the information. But it is Crown Towers Barangaroo in Sydney, which is a beautiful pub. Fabulous food, fabulous staff. This is going to be our biggest show ever. Now, I say that because right now gold is at all-time highs. Silver's not at all-time highs yet, but I think it's going to get there because, as you and I know, I think it got to about $50 back in 2011. It's going to come back. So it's time, everybody listening to this, it's time for you all to get educated. And there's no better way than coming to an event like this where we're going to bring you the bullion dealers. Like ABC Bullion will make sure that you caffeinate while you get educated. Caffeinate while you educate. They're the barista sponsor. Bullion Now are bringing the educational evening. Kingsgate, major sponsor. Fender Geophysics. Ozenko, who are people who are going to be doing we've got lots of panel discussions, but Ozenko are sponsors of day 2, and they're going to talk about how to look for good gold projects. And I know Nick Farr-Jones is on that panel discussion, Campbell Olson we've got a standout number of speakers. I can't mention all of them here, Shay, but it is the best agenda we've had. I'm telling everybody out there now, this is a great, great, great time for you to take a couple of days off work, because don't go and blame me in a year's time when you say shoulda, woulda, coulda done it a year ago. Get educated now.
Listen, Kerry, I will second that. You have a bumper lineup this year, and I'm super looking forward to attending. Everybody stick around because I will actually step by step walk you through how to get your hands on a ticket to attend this gold conference. Kerry, I have to say, incredible event. Can't wait to get up there this year. And thank you so much for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Shay.
To get your ticket to attend the Australian Gold Conference for 2024, simply head to mining.com.au. Click on the events page and there look for the Australian Gold Conference. Hit the register now button and don't forget, use your exclusive code MININGGOLD, all in caps, to get $50 off your ticket.